There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Ayan. Hello everyone and good afternoon. Welcome to today's career session. Get hyped, get hired, jumpstarting career through employment awareness and preparedness for graduating students at Davao de Oro State College. Today we have speakers from jobs180.com, VXI, and DXC Technology. But before we start, feel free to join us for the opening prayer to be followed by the national anthem and the singing of DDOSC March.
Ama namin, pakinggan mo po ang pagtawag namin sa iyong banal na pangalan. Basbasan mo po ang aming pagtitipon at kami kaluguran mo sa araw na ito. Pagyamanin mo po, Panginoon, at maging nakaayon sa iyong kalooban ang aming pagkikita-kita mula sa simula hanggang katapusan. Masalamin nawa namin ang layunin mong dakila sa aming buhay at maisagawa namin ngayon ang aming mga gawain na may kabutihan at pag-ibig sa aming kapwa. Kami po'y naniniklohod sa iyong harapan na kami iyong patnubayan at iwaksi sa aming kaisipan ang anumang masasamang kaisipan, inggit at pakikipag-alit sa aming mga kasama. Bigyan mo kami ng sapat na lakas at katalinuhan upang may bahagi naman namin ang aming makakaya sa aming mga kasama sa pagtitipon na ito. Ilagpo sa aming diwa at puso ang pagmamahal na hindi naghihintay ng anumang kapalit. Bagkus ay bukas palad na magkakaloob ng anumang tulong. Panalangin namin ang lahat ng ito. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Rising from the land of the province of gold, the haven for the birth of hope. Driven by the will to shape all the dreams, building nations, competent citizens, standing proud with a pillar of excellence, ensuring proactive development. Mission that provides golden opportunities, your commitment for all humanities. Davao the Oro State College, you're the ore of wisdom and knowledge. With your golden wings we soar, we uphold higher values and honor. Excellence, integrity, and solidarity, bringing us together as one strong family. We proclaim our gratitude to the highest, to our beloved Davao de Oro State College. Our hearts are haunted by the flame of your courage. Our future brightly shines with your greatness. To you we give our trust and loyalty. Our alma mater will live by your legacy. Davao de Oro State College, you're the ore of wisdom and knowledge. With your golden wings we soar, we uphold higher values and honor. Excellence, integrity, and solidarity, bringing us together as one strong family. We proclaim our gratitude to the highest, to our beloved Davao de Oro State College. Our alma mater, Davao de Oro State College.
Thank you so much for that, Tech. Now, to deliver the opening remarks, may we call on the Director for Student Affairs and Services Division of DDOSC, Ms. Judith R. Maed.
Thank you so much, to our virtual moderator from Jobs 180, Ma'am Sheen. My respect to our dynamic college president, Eugene V. Ganiera, EDD SESE, to the vibrant and supportive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Gloria Jean C. Altamera. Let us also acknowledge the invited resource persons for this afternoon, whom I believe to be properly introduced later. To all personnel and administrators of Jobs 180, headed by their manager, Sir Kim Chua, good afternoon, ma'ams and sirs. To the academic and administrative heads, to all the Zoom participants, faculty, staff, and graduating students across four campuses and the LAAC extension, good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the second session of the Career Webinar series entitled Get Hyped, Get Hired, Jumpstarting Career Through Employment Awareness and Preparedness for Graduating Students. I would like to commend the Career and Job Placement in charge of all campuses, headed by Ms. Stella Marie Balili, RPM of Main Campus, Ma'am Stephanie Marie de los Reyes of New Bataan Branch, Ma'am Lady Roxanne Asuncion of Monte Vista Branch, and Ma'am Lay Urbano of Maragusan Branch. I thank you all for initiating this activity. To all graduating students on board, future workers, teachers, business person, agriculturists, police officers, etc. Today is your great privilege, for this webinar program is designed to help and guide you on how to develop strong work ethics in your future employment. This activity also aims at increasing your knowledge on how to ace virtual interviews. Also, to encourage you to take part in increasing the country's workforce by keep becoming competent workers. Today is also a good opportunity to listen to the experiences and inputs of our esteemed resource speakers and to capture ideas relevant to your chosen path, which may serve as a guide to your future careers. With this, to all participants, be attentive and, of course, with the help of our competent resource speakers, may we have a comprehensive and insightful session this afternoon. Congratulations in advance to all the graduating students, class of 2023. I hope that in your future endeavors, may you sincerely participate in building a community of competent professionals and productive individuals, raised in a culture of excellence that instills volunteerism, strengthened by solidarity, and driven by compassion. Thank you, and once again, welcome and good afternoon.
Thank you for that, ma'am. And now, welcome everybody. Ready na ba kayo? By the way, my name is Shin and I'll be your host for today. And as usual to our audience, we'd like to know if you are already watching. So please comment your name and course. Attendance and evaluation will be released at the end of this webinar. So please tag your friends so they don't miss out on this event today. Please be advised that recordings of the webinar will be posted in the jobs180.com Facebook and YouTube channel. So if ever you feel that you want to go back to this talk or mawalan kayo ng connection this afternoon, you can still rewatch it. We would also like to acknowledge Ms. Stella Marie S. Balili, RPM, for making this event possible. Thank you so much po for helping us in preparing in this event. We hope everyone is excited and ready. So here is our schedule for today. Jobs180.com will be discussing jobs application using ResumeLink. DXC Technology will be discussing developing strong work ethics. VXI will be discussing how to ace virtual interviews and BPO 101 introduction to BPO and virtual job opportunities. Shout out to everyone na nandito na. Again, please comment your name and course. And as we go along, type in your questions so we can read it later. Now, let's proceed to our first speaker. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, He has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. He is the managing director of Jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Giving the floor to you, Sir Kim. Please take it away.
Hey everyone, good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply, no? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Di ba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay? So, this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called ResumeLink. ResumeLink by definition is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Na okay malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang. Maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J. O kaya J Santos. O kaya JS. Di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobs180.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs180. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga company. So, sayang naman, di ba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step after you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password. Na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas nami-miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba? Antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo, no? Willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi porkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit, at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na. At the minimum, you know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Sabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, diba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. Diba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency, no, ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yan talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, eto pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie videos. I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Di ba? Ano yung matatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Di ba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba. No? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, 'di ba, na napag-aralan, 'di ba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin, 'di ba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming istorbo, 'di ba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig, 'di ba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari? Nasa biyahe, diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, diba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay? Huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example, by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako, di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris, nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick, di ba? Joey. I would assume lalaki. Yun pala, babae. O, di ba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kumpleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now, you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now, let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong eye expert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang ResumeLink? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. Diba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa'yo ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at dun ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo on or off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang, you can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public, kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information, and in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yan ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs.at.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? Okay, ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs.at.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs.at.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, dear HR manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. Dear HR manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, jobs.at.com, send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file. Diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na naman yung HR. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume. Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo? send ka ulit ng bagong resume. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume. I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras siya, nakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? O sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O di ba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, di ba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O di ba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O di ba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it depende kung ano ang gusto mo. Pagiging creativity mo, ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang naman normal business cards natin. Diba? So depende. So maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20. Bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print one long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikay nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet? Kailangan ng pang-load. Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, resume link na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, diba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Diba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, diba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anong version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide from north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin, ResumeLink. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the ResumeLink. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo, kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control, sino bibigyan mo nun? Ikaw lang ang magbibigay, diba? So ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala, anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ka ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details niyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? O, di ba? Char-char lang yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. Now we open the floor to questions po. For those who are in Zoom po, you can tell Miss Stella po for your questions. So Sir Kim can answer it po. To give you time to think about your questions po, I will go first na po, Sir Kim. For my first question po, since you have the experience na po as an interviewer, HR, and someone na kumakausap po sa mga applicants, I am just curious about this po. For sure yung audience din po natin, what is that one attitude po ng mga applicants, especially first-time job seekers po, na dapat po nilang iniiwasan?
Iniiwasan? You mean like the applicant, wag sana silang gano'n 'pag yung
Yes po.
first time? Okay. Para sa akin, red flag ko sa applicant if the applicant, did not do their research. Yung ang ano 'to, yung coming into the interview and unprepared. I think that's the best term to describe that, yung, not prepared, 'yan. No, coming to the interview not prepared, because ano yun eh, you can tell, just by asking simple questions like, "What do you know about the company?" Wala na, tapos na. Do'n pa lang nagkakaalaman na, 'di ba? Yung, "Why did you apply for this position?" Sometimes nga nagugulat pa sila, nag-apply ba ako or ito ba yung in-applyan ko? Or parang sometimes hindi nila alam, hindi nila maisip. So yun yung para sa akin 'no, yung coming into the interview not prepared. Now when it comes to attitude naman, I think marami ako red flag sa aplikante, pero ang pinaka-top siguro sa lahat, para sa akin, kapagka may aplikanteng pumunta sa interview na masyadong ano, yung ano ba yung term ko dito? Arrogant. Yung hindi na sumasayad yung paa sa lupa. Yung parang na pasalamat ako dumating siya sa aplikante, dumating siya sa buhay ko at in-interview ko siya. Parang gano'n, gano'n yung dating 'no. Yun 'yun 'no, na yun for me is something in terms of attitude, yun yung something na sana iwasan ng mga aplikante because remember, you are or what you're doing now is you're doing halfway, 'di ba? Half the work din naman, 'di ba? Sa HR, they're also doing half the work. They need to get to know you as well para kung okay ka sa kanila, okay rin naman sila para sa'yo, then pwede kayong mag-work together, 'di ba? Pero hindi yung parang, buti na lang dumating ka 'no, para sila ay, matuwa at meron silang aplikante. Dahil marami naman ding aplikante pwede nila i-consider maliban sa'yo, 'di ba? Yan din yung isipin niyo 'no, bilang isang aplikante. As much as marami rin namang companies 'no, na pwede mong applyan aside from them, 'di ba? So, it takes two to tango. So, 'wag po tayo maging arrogant. Yan yung 'pag attitude ang pinag-usapan. Okay? Ayan.
Big red flag po yung pagiging arrogant ng isang
Mm.
applicant. So for my next question po, sir, in regards po with the resume link, it is a lifetime access po ba?
Yes, kung, hindi kayo naniniwala sa forever, eto po, may forever na, 'no? Ang resume link, pwede mo 'to gamitin, magtrabaho na kayo later on, magkaroon na kayo ng pamilya, nagka-business na kayo, mag-retire na kayo, 'no? At later on, kung ano bang gusto niyo gawin sa buhay ninyo, nag-abroad na sa Pilipinas, lahat, 'no? Ito pong resume link, it will be there. It will be the same resume link. So what you need to do lang is update lang from time to time. And then yung access ninyo, piliin mo na lang kung ano yung gusto mo i-show or hide sa public at any point. Kasi real-time update naman yan. Yun lang pa.
Okay. For example, sir, I am a first-time job seeker and I want to apply po sa jobs180.com. What are the open positions po, and this time, ano naman po yung dapat na characteristics ko or attitude for being a green flag?
Okay, so teka, maraming tanong yung multiple questions yung tanong ni Ma'am Shin. So the first question there's a lot of opportunities here in Jobs 180. We have 2 offices. Alam ko medyo malayo to diyan sa school ninyo sa Davao de Oro State College. Pero kung sakali lang kayo ay maliligaw, mapupunta kayo sa Manila, we have 2 offices. One is in Ortigas Center and the other one is in Quezon City. Marami po kami mga full-time positions open ngayon for business development, for IT, web programmer, marketing, yan. So, lahat po yan, no? Pwede nyo ma-check out dun sa link na nakita nyo ngayon, nagsuscroll na link, schools.jobs180.com/DDOSC-main. Medyo mahaba-haba ng konti, so try to memorize that link. Or you can also go to the website of jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com, at dun po kayo maghanap ng Jobs 180 mismo. Makita nyo po maraming mga opportunities sa company mismo. As in, internal hiring yan. Now, the other question sa tanong ni Ma'am Shin is ano yung hinahanap natin bilang HR dito sa company? I think number one is you need to be able to be flexible, no? Una-una sa lahat, lalo na with this day and age, you have to adapt to the changing times. No, hindi ito yung panahon na ito lang yung kumpanya pwede mong applyan. At sabi ko nga sa inyo, hindi lang naman po kayo nag-iisang aplikante na pwede na i-process din ng company. So, if you are serious about growing your career, not just with Jobs on 80, no, to any companies in particular, to all the companies that you're applying to, you have to make sure lang you maging seryoso kayo sa pag-a-apply. No? Wag niyo paasahin. Kasi sa totoo lang sa buhay ayaw mo naman na kayo ay pinapaasa din, 'di ba? No, hindi lang naman sa trabaho kundi sa ibang bagay din. So wag rin kayo magpaasa. Ganun lang 'yan, no? Ang importante maging seryoso tayo. Kung gusto mo talaga pagpatuloy yung trabaho, then you apply it, go for it, 'di ba? Later on you change your mind because may iba ka na natitipuan, example, may iba ka na napupusuan na trabaho, okay, na papasukan na ibang kumpanya, then you tell the company as well. Good entrance, 'di ba? Importante rin po good exit. 'Di ba? Wag po tayo mag-burn ng bridges because importante po yung network natin later on, no, sa trabaho, no, sa buhay. Yan po. So, I hope with that you can explore opportunities here in Jobs on 80 also. Everyone is welcome. Oh, guys, tanong na kayo. Parang medyo dalawa lang 'to, no? Either yung mga audience ngayon medyo nilalamig pa, ayaw pa magtanong. You can post your questions there sa may Zoom ninyo, and let Ma'am Stella copy and paste the questions here. Or if you want, for those who are watching here live, directly sa Facebook at sa YouTube, post nyo po diretso sa comment section yung mga questions niyo. Huwag na po kayo mahiya. No, lagay nyo lang dyan. No? Try natin sagutin. Kung alam naman natin, sasagutin natin. Pag hindi natin kaya, edi natin hindi masasagot, di ba? Ganun lang yan. But we'll be transparent, no, to tell you kung kaya natin sagutin or hindi siya kaya sagutin. Ayun po. Lagay na. Post na po kayo. Okay. May questions po ba, Ma'am Shin?
I'm good on my end na po, sir. So, if there are other questions po, you can message jobs180.com po. And there, Sir Kim can answer your question po. So, with
Okay.
that, thank you so much po, Sir Kim. And see
Maraming
you po.
salamat. Maraming salamat
See you
po. Thank you po.
Talks po. And have a great day. Let me present the certificate for recognition po. Let me read the citation. In grateful acknowledgement for his invaluable contribution as the resource speaker during the Day 1 Career Webinar Series entitled Get Hired, Get Hired, Jumpstarting Career Through Employment Awareness and Preparedness for Graduating Students on May 15, 2023 via Zoom, thereby contributing immeasurable to the success of the event. Given this 15th day of May 2023 at Davao de Oro State College, signed by the President of the Academic Affairs. And there you have it po, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po sa lahat ng mga bumubuo ng programa na to, lalo na po sa mga taga Davao de Oro State College. We're looking forward to doing more of these events with you and your students in the coming seminars, semesters, I mean. Okay? Sige po. Maraming salamat. Ingat po
Thank you
everyone.
so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Now, let's move on to our second speaker. Sir Rowie is a licensed educator specialized in English. Moreover, he started his pedagogical career in ESL companies and eventually handled various roles like team leader, language and communications trainer, QA, and academic expert. He has been trudging this path for 6 years now and has continued his service with VXI as a language trainer. Ultimately, he has been working with a sophisticated group of people geared towards perennially aiding the applicants to land their jobs. The talent acquisition trainer from VXI, Mr. Rowie Sariliana. Can you please put your deca po, sir? Hello po, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Ayan, sir. It's all good on my end po. The floor is yours po. We'll be back for the Q&A. Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, Miss. All right. So, good afternoon or maayong hapon, Davao de Oro State College. I'm also in Mindanao, so I can speak your tongue. Okay. So, by the way, today, guys, we'll be talking about something that you guys are aiming to go next. Right. So, apparently, you guys are about to graduate, or I mean, most of you are about to graduate, but then again, graduation is not the end of your career. It is the start of a new chapter for your career, guys. One of it, guys, is of course part of the start of a new career. You'll be undergoing multiple interviews with different companies. So today, I'll be giving you the tips on how to ace your interview, specifically on dressing up and answering some interview questions. So let's get started. First, guys, let's have the definition of terms. Let's talk about dress up. Dress up means to put on special clothes to appear particularly appealing and attractive. If you can do this just to attend your casual parties or when hanging out with your friends or family, the more reason you should do when having an interview. This will be the interviewer's initial judgment of your personality and how it might affect the company. Guys, reality bites. Normally, people judge you by what you are wearing, right? That's how they draw their initial impression on us. Specifically, job interviews. It's very crucial, guys. Kasi nga naman, pupunta ka ng interview tapos nakapambahay ka lang, nakapang-uranay ra ka, pwede di ay, right? So you should also dress the role. Know what I'm saying? So dapat prepared ka physically and mentally. Okay? Next is impression. Impression, guys, it is an opinion or feeling that you have about something or someone you have seen but do not know very well. It is very crucial, especially in an interview, as this could either make or break your plans of landing your first job. Proper choice of clothing is highly being considered in an interview. This is where they'll be basing their first impressions for you, or they'll base their first impression for you. So, guys, as I said, what we wear might be crucial on how people judge us. All right, don't get me wrong, guys. Whatever we wear, whatever we do, good or bad, people always have something to say. Now, but you shouldn't really mind them a lot, especially if they don't feed you. Know what I'm saying? Now, let's focus on the interview. Impression kasi guys, as you can see, pagpasok nyo pa lang sa interview room, interviewers will look at you head to foot. All right? Now, they'll be having their own misconceptions about you. Ano ba to? Napaka-lousy naman yung tingnan. Nakapambahay lang siya. Papupunta nga ng interview pero ang pupunta lang ng mall. Know what I'm saying? So dapat, you are very prepared, guys, for you to have a positive impression. Okay? But then again, hindi lang clothing yung tinitingnan ng interview. Sometimes kasi, maaaring hindi maganda yung pananamit ng tao, pero the way they answer the question is way too impressive. Alright? So pwede nyo pang mabawi. But then again, at least you will have positive comments and impressions from the interviewer's perspective. Okay? Moving on to what's in it for us, guys. It makes a good initial impression, as I said. Kung pupunta ka ng interview, so dapat appealing ka, right? You should be enticing in the eyes of the interviewers. When I say enticing, parang ay gusto ko siyang i-interview. I'm very much interested in talking with him or her or having an interview with him or her. Shows that you care, right? Pupunta ka ng interview, dapat prepared ka. Talagang pinaghandaan mo. That's what it means by shows you care. Bolster self esteem. Believe it or not, guys, based on what you wear, it gives you or it helps you have self esteem, therefore self confidence as well. Okay? Next, exhibits personal hygiene. So when we say personal hygiene, guys, it's very self explanatory. Alam naman natin yon. Huwag ka lang magbihis ng maganda, maligo ka rin. Alright? Panglugod sad, ay lagkaligo. So, when we say bolster self esteem, guys, don't get me wrong, it's not just about what you wear. Alright? Minsan, ang ganda nga ng tuxedo, naka-tuxedo ka pa, naka-coat ka pa, wala pa ring self-esteem. Alright? Always wear the best accessory, and that is confidence. Again, guys, confidence is the best accessory that you can wear anytime, anywhere. Alright? Moving on. Dito naman tayo sa essential interview grooming tips for men and women. So, for men, guys, of course, plan your facial hair well. Yung mga bigote natin dyan, mga bungot, mga balbas natin. So, if you think that hindi na siya presentable when you look at the mirror, parang, ay, ba't ganun? Parang mukha na akong ermitanyo. Right? So, mag-ahit ka na. Okay? Next, get your hair accessories ready. Make sure na gamitin natin yung para sa buhok natin dito. Hindi lang facial, also dito sa taas. You can also comb your hair properly depending on ano yung hairstyle na gusto mo. Basta kung saan ka comfortable, go for it. Next, you must look neat, sharp, and classic. So guys, looking neat is different na kung ano man yung suot mo. Kasi may mga tao talaga, to be honest guys, may mga tao talaga kahit ano yung suotin nila, mukhang amoy at mukhang malinis pa rin sila. So how would you do that, guys? How would you do the same thing? proper combing of hair. Alright? Tapos yung damit mo dapat hindi naman siya gusot. Yan, baka habulin ka ng plancha mo. Alright? So dapat well pressed. When we say well pressed, dapat pinlansa mo man lang. Minsan ka lang magpa-interview eh. Pagandaan mo na. Okay? That's how you will look sharp and neat. By the way, before apart from that, guys, very important part para sa lalaki because we don't wear makeups, right? Hair, clothing, at yung shoes mo. Alright? Make sure na dapat malinis yung sapatos. Kung black shoes man yan or leather man yan, make sure to apply something para mas kumintab siya. Alright? Next, wear a pleasant and fresh scent. Huwag yung sobrang tapang na masakit sa ilong. Yung tipong matapat ka sa aircon, yung mga kasama mo, napansin mo, nagsilayuan na sa'yo kasi masakit na sa ilong. Huwag sobra, sakto lang. Okay? Next one is ensure you have fresh breath. Self-explanatory, guys. Magsipilyo ka rin. Huwag lang dapat malinis outside, also from the inside. Okay? Sipilyo rin pag may time. Okay? Next naman, guys, for women, keep your hair tidy. Of course, ponytail ka. Presentable dapat. Okay? If you can go for a rebond prior to your interview, it's gonna be better. Right? You'll actually hindi mo naman kailangan magpa-rebond talaga. Alright? It just adds to the beauty of it. Okay? Next, stick to natural looking makeup. Huwag masyadong makapal, guys, na para ka nang nagko-cosplay. Alright? Na parang clown na sobrang kapal na nung foundation. Huwag naman sobra. Natural looking, guys, simplicity is beauty. Okay? Next, make sure you bought the right outfit. So same with the men, guys. Dapat hindi ka naka-crop top, utang na loob. Kung magka-crop top ka naman, dapat may blazer ka. Alright? Or add something, may coat ka ba or may jacket ka ba? Alright? Wag naman sobrang casual, guys. Okay? Next, wear pleasant and fresh scent. Same with the man. Wag naman sobrang tapang. Okay? Keep mints in your purse in case. This also goes for the men, guys. Pwede rin yan. Yung mga mints na pwede nating nguyain, chewing gum can be. Alright? Para to stay, para ma-maintain nyo yung fresh breath nyo. Okay? During the interview. Alright? But make sure na iluwa nyo naman yan, no? Ilagay nyo sa papel, ilukot mo, tapon mo. Huwag mo lang idikit kung saan-saan, baka idikit mo sa ilalim ng chair. Right? Maraming guilty dyan. Next. This is the guide for business casual attire for men. Okay? So, starting from left to right, this is formal to casual. Okay? So, guys, this is how you will look sharp and smart. Okay? Next. By the way, balik lang ako konti dito ha. You don't need a coat or Americana para lang magmukha kang sharp. No. It's also about your posture, kung paano mo dalhin yung sarili mo. Kahit pa naka-coat ka, kung naka-slouch ka palagi, nakayuko ka palagi, alright? Dapat chin up and at the same time chest out. Parang military lang to, sir. No. Chin out, chest out, tapos straight back dapat. Okay? Para hindi ka lousy tingnan. Hindi ka pa nga na-interview, parang tinatamad ka na. Next naman, guys, is for women. Okay, so this is the guide from casual to formal. Okay, guys, as you can see, ladies, as you can see, walang naka-crop top sa kanila. Make sure na huwag kayong magka-crop top for when you have an interview, ha? Make sure na dapat may collar siya, especially, same din with the guys, dapat may collar kayo. Alright? Minsan lang kayo magpa-interview, guys. Pagandaan nyo na. Okay, now that we're done with the physical preparation, let's now move on to the actual interview tips when it comes to answering. Okay, now look up the company's background. So this is before the interview, guys. Look up the company's background. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung papasukan mo. All right, make sure na nag-research ka, alam mo yung mission, vision, and then core values ng company. Or pwede mo rin, if you can, add the major achievements of the company. Para at least, what do you know about the company? May masasabi ka. Oh, your company is one of the best companies in the world? No, you cannot just say that. It's very broad, right? Any people can say that. Specify. Ano yung mga natanggap nilang awards? If you can, go for it. Okay? Next is record yourself while answering possible questions. Guys, this is before the interview, huh? Record yourself is, or would help you guys assess yourself. How do I sound when answering these interviews or these interview questions? Make sure na if you will be recording yourself, at least, let's just say my interview ka, 2 days from now, morning, lunch, and evening. Try to record yourself. answering the same question. And if you can hear an improvement, make sure naman guys na wag mo lang ulitin. Kung ano yung sinabi mo ng morning, yun lang din sabihin mo ng lunch. Kung ano yung sinabi mo ng lunch, yun din sinabi mo ng afternoon. Make sure na may dadagdag ka. For example, guys, as simple as tell me something about yourself. Dito pa lang, nanginginig na yung ibang applicants. Don't get me wrong. Nervousness is never a bad thing. Why? Because we care about the results. It shows na may pake tayo. Alright? Na may pakialam tayo sa kung ano man yung papasukin natin today. That's what my coach mentioned when I was in college, guys. When I was still in, in your level. Okay? My impromptu coach in college, that's what she told me. All right? So make sure, guys, na dapat um, prepared tayo. Okay? Now, moving on to, dito naman tayo sa sleep well, eat well, and do well. Self-explanatory, right? Matulog ka ng saktong oras. Huwag ka na mag-ML, huwag ka na mag-TikTok, huwag ka na mag-Facebook, or kung ano mang social media site yan. Ipagpaliban mo na muna. Alright? Tama na ang sigig browse. Okay? Kaya wala na yung maitabang sa mga pagkaugma. Okay? Now, make sure that you have at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep for you to have, for you are better rested. Kasi ganito yan guys, kahit busog ka pagpunta ng interview, kung kulang ka sa tulog, believe me, sabaw ka pagdating mo doon. Alright? Moving on sa eat well. Dito naman tayo sa eat well guys. Huwag masyadong marami, huwag masyadong konti. Sakto lang. Make sure kung kakain ka naman, may gulay yan. Huwag lang puro karne, puro hotdog. Right? Puro meatloaf. Puro na lang kayo processed meat. Okay? Make sure na may gulay for you to do well in the interview. Okay? Next, be on time. Now, what do I mean by be on time, guys? For example, ang oras na sinabi sa'yo, 10 o'clock. Hindi ka pwedeng dumating doon na eksaktong 10 o'clock. When I say be on time, be punctual, it means be ahead of time. Alright? Now, when we say be ahead of time, kung 10 o'clock yan, dapat 9:59, de joke lang. Dapat 9:45 or at least 15 to 30 minutes or 15 to 10 minutes prior to the interview, nandun ka na. Alright? Early bird catches worm, guys. Next, be genuine and sincere. So when you say genuine, guys, magpakatotoo ka sa answer mo. Huwag ka magpakatotoo, ayoko talaga, sa totoo lang sir, ayoko talaga mag-apply. Huwag naman ganun. Talagang wala kang trabaho nun. Be genuine. Show your personality. Sino ka ba talaga? Magpakatotoo ka sa answer mo. And at the same time, be sincere. Ipakita mo na gusto mo talagang magkatrabaho. Alright? Show them, guys, that you have what it takes to be hired in the company. Kasi ganito yan, many have tried but only a few will be chosen. That's reality, guys, when applying for a job. Okay? Next one is maintain eye contact and proper posture. Yung sinabi ko kanina, proper posture, straight, huwag kang mag-slouch. Kung uupo ka, huwag kang magdede-4, masyado kang relaxed. Okay? Keep your feet on the ground or on the floor. Maintain eye contact, guys. Isa pa to. When you are trying to record yourself, guys, try looking at the mirror. Huwag kang tumawa. Alright? Kasi believe it or not, wala kang marirecord, wala kang matatapos, walang mag-improve sa'yo. Alright? What you can do is look at the mirror, imagine yan yung interviewer yung nakikita mo. Look at him or her straight in the eyes while recording yourself. Alright? Believe it or not, guys, pag nasanay ka dun sa eye contact dun sa mirror, madadala mo yan pagkabukas sa interview. Alright? Next one is be inquisitive. When you say inquisitive, be curious. Magtanong ka after the interview. Pagkatapos ng interview, anong ginagawa? Do you have any questions? Oh, none, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm done. All good. Tapos paglabas mo ng interview room, may sasabi, wait, saan ako pupunta next? Anong gagawin ko next? Diba? Dapat nagtanong ka na. Best question you can ask the interviewer, guys, where do I go from here? Again, you might need a pen and paper for this. Where do I go from here? Saan ako pupunta pagkatapos nito? What's the next step? That's it. Right? Believe it or not, guys, you will impress the interviewer kasi for the entire day, ikaw lang yung nagtanong sa kanila. All right? How did I know? I was also an interviewer back then. Okay? Next one, guys, is follow-up. Let's just say, natanong mo na, sinabihan ka na after 2 days, you'll be receiving a response, and then let's just say 3 days na yung nakalipas, wala pa rin, follow-up ka lang. Pag wala pa rin, don't put all your eggs in one basket. What do I mean by that? Maraming companies, guys. If I were you, while applying for one company, mag-send ka ng resume sa other companies. Kung sino man yung unang tumawag sa'yo, at nagpapunta at nagpapirma ng kontrata, yun ang priority mo. Alright? Dapat wise ka. You need to be street smart, guys, if I'm being honest. Alright? Para hindi ka lugi. Okay? Next, moving on. Areas assessed in interviews. Ito yung mga chinecheck ng interviewers, guys. Okay? First is the personality trait. Kung sino ka na nakikita nila. Okay? Personality in general, energetic ka ba, introvert, extrovert, that's it. Mental ability, kaya nga tinatanong ka nila, right? Ng mga questions na hindi pa tinanong sa'yo before. For example, why should we hire you? Why should not we hire you? Yun yung mga mental skills na chinecheck nila if you have the capability of answering. Next naman is language. Of course, chinecheck din nila yung communication mo. Now, there are companies, guys, that do not require English communication skills, so hindi na to necessary for them, right? Pero if you'll be applying for a company, BPO company, it's apparent na kailangan may language skill tayo. At the end of the day, guys, language skill is what you'll be using when you communicate with your customers. If you don't have one, how will you pass the message to them? Okay? Next, confidence. Right? Minsan, guys, if I'm being honest, kung sino pa yung wala masyadong language ability, sila pa yung may confidence, mas pumapasa pa sa interview yan. Kasi minsan, kahit anong galing mo sa English, kung di mo kaya matingnan sa mata yung interviewer, mauutal-utal ka na parang mas magaling pa sa'yo yung hindi masyadong kagalingan sa English. Believe it or not. Confidence, guys, is a small thing but has a huge difference when answering. Okay? Moving on to experiential traits. Decision making, dito na pumapasok yung what if something happens to your family, knock on wood. Alright? Guys, by the way, ba't natatanong yung mga question na yun? Kasi sinishare mo eh. Okay? In an interview, make sure na it's all about you and the company and what you can bring to the table. When we say what you can bring to the table, ano yung maiaambag mo sa company? Unsay mong matabang sa company? All right. Again, guys, you might need a pen and paper for this. Okay. Um, Ba't napapasok yung question na yun, guys? Believe it or not. Pag sinabi mong, I'm a family-oriented, ganto ganyan, chances of you passing the interview, 40% na lang. Depende pag nabawi mo pa yung sarili mo. What if something happens to your family and you're badly needed for work? Pag sinabi mong, I will report to work, nagsinungaling ka na nun. All right. Now, even us interviewers have families as well, right? You don't have to state what's imperative. Nagtatrabaho tayo para sa pamilya. So do we, right? Pero you don't have to let us know. Hindi mo na kailangan kami sampalin, oy, nagtatrabaho ako para sa pamilya ko. No, you don't have to. Kasi babalik sa'yo yan. It's a curveball. Okay? Moving on. Leadership skills. Right? Dito na papasok yung how good or how would you adjust yourself to, or are you good working with a team? All right. That's part of leadership, guys. If you can't follow orders, how can you become a good leader? Before you become a leader, should first become a good follower. All right. Strengths and weaknesses. Guys, pag tinanong kayo ng company, what's your greatest strength? What's your greatest weakness? Wag na wag niyong i-share. Guys, don't get me wrong. Most of us believe that honesty is and will always be the best policy. But then again, it's highly debatable. It's up to you. For example, what if someone's life is at stake if you are going to be honest? All right. Would you still be honest? That's the question that you will have to answer. All right. See, honesty is debatable. Okay. Now, when it comes to your strength, guys, what's the greatest strength you can share? Kung saan ka magaling, go for it. Share mo yun. All right. Huwag mong share na, sir, magaling ako sa pagkain at sa pagtulog. No. May mga soft skills kasi tayo. Alright? For example, I'm good at drawing, I'm good at singing, I'm good at dancing. Right? Those are hard skills, by the way. Okay? Moving on sa weaknesses. Guys, this is a trick question. Pag tinanong ka nito, what's your greatest weakness? Alright? Huwag mong sabihin, sir, tamad po ako. I'm a lazy type of person. Tingin mo magkakatrabaho ka nun. Hindi. Alright? Kaya nga sinabi ko, don't be too honest. Okay? What's your greatest weakness? I believe my weakness is being too workaholic. Right? When I still have time, I would make it a point to finish all the tasks that the company has given, even if it entails for me not to have lunch. Okay? That's you being exaggerated. pero you're being honest. Right? Moving on. Core skills naman tayo, guys. Technical skills, for example, how would you describe the Wi-Fi symbol? Okay? Guys, BPO questions to guys. Sample lang. Okay? How would you describe the Wi-Fi symbol? Most of you will say it's like a mountain, it's like a rainbow, right? But then again, if you sound like that, guys, they will not let you pass, if I'm being honest. Okay? How would you describe the Wi-Fi symbol? Sige nga, patingin nga. You can type it in the in-call messages, guys, if you can. So, sirit na. So when we say Wi-Fi symbol, three-stepped line or three concentric arcs. That's how you describe the Wi-Fi symbol. Again, guys, it's only just the tip of the iceberg. Example lang yan ng technical question or technical skill question. Okay? Next is knowledge. Anong alam mo sa company? Anong alam mo sa trabahong pinapasok mo? All right? Now again, preparing for something is as good as winning for it, guys. Okay? Next one is ability. Kaya mo bang gawin yung trabaho? Okay? Moving on to the next part. Dito naman tayo sa interview reminders. Just a few reminders, guys. First and foremost, keep your tone of voice confident, friendly, and welcoming. Smile. Guys, there's a difference between hi, my name is Rowie versus hi, my name is Rowie. Guys, it's only a bit of difference, and that is you adding a smile while speaking. Okay? Next is elaborate your answers. 1 to 2 sentences are not enough. Guys, when you are to answer questions, wag lang yung one-word responses. Why should we hire you? Because you're hiring. Bagsak ka na kagad. Make sure na you elaborate your answer. Pahabain mo naman ng konti. Make sure na kung pahabain mo man siya, it should make sense. Wag mo lang pahabain dahil gusto mo lang maging mahaba. Make sure na yung quality is still there. Okay? But then again, kung alam mong hanggang dun na lang yung kaya mo, wag mo nang pahabain kasi mag-iiba lang yung answer mo. Again, quality versus quantity pa rin tayo. Okay? Moving on to number 3. Don't compromise the quality of your answer to lengthen your talk time. All right? Dito na papasok yung kakasabi ko lang. Kung mahaba lang yan at walang laman, wala ding silbi yan. All right? Make sure na may quality pa rin. Okay? Dagdagan, pahabain, pero may laman. Alright? Wag lang yung pahabain, pero walang laman. Okay? At the end of the day, guys, ang titingnan ng interviewer dyan, yung substance, yung laman ng sinabi mo. Alright? Kasi minsan tatanungin mo sarili mo, hala, ba't ganun? Ba't ako bumagsak yung haba nga ng mga sagot ko? May laman ba? Make sure na lagyan natin ng palaman, guys, para ma-impress si interviewer. Okay? Moving on to the food for thought. One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. Guys, there's a difference between yung, let's talk about you guys as students. Yung may mga, for example, yung may mga sayaw kayo sa school, may mga practicum, right? Pansin nyo yung mga 1 week or more nag-practice, sila yung nasa gitna. They lead the dance. Pero yung mga a day before nagpakita, nasa likod, hindi alam yung gagawin. Kasi nga hindi sila nag-prepare. Alright? Again, the root cause of you not being confident, guys, is preparation. If you prepared for this, then more or less, guys, you will win this. Okay? So again, minsan kasi ganito yan. It's not what other people say about what you can or can't do, but it's what you say. Alright? Ay, hindi ko to kaya. Mahirap to. Believe it or not, guys, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you are right. Kaya make sure na you will be the first cheerleader for yourself. Kaya ko to. Okay? Kaya ko to. Guys, I'll be teaching you a principle. M, B, C equals C. M plus B plus C equals C. Hindi tayo mag-algebra, guys, ha? Basic addition lang tayo. Excuse me. Manifest. Believe, claim, and contract. That's my tip. Manifest. You guys have plans this year, right? Ano man yung gusto nyo mangyari? For example, you wanted to buy a new phone, you wanted to buy a new laptop, or gadget in general. You wanted to buy a new car. Huwag muna car. May trabaho muna. You wanted to buy new clothes, a new pair of shoes. Imagine, gamit mo na siya. That's you manifesting. Magamit ko na yan. Alright? Next is believe. Mahirap ang interview pero hindi siya imposible. Right? Kaya ko to. Pagkatapos ng interview na to, makukuha ko tong trabaho. Claim, after nitong araw na to, I'll be getting home with my contract. Back then, guys, when I was in Manila, I was also a graduate of a state university, right? Nag-apply ako sa Ortigas. Mga kalaban ko doon, guys, mga tenista, mga Lasallian, right? Magagandang schools, mga UP, right? Kasi sa Manila, to be honest, guys, ang tinitingnan nila is kung saan ka galing. Right? But then again, it's not about where you graduated from, but who graduated from a certain university. At the end of the day, ikaw kasi yung magre-represent doon sa school, hindi yung school ang magre-represent sa'yo. Right? So again, it's not about, at the end of the day, it's not about where you graduated from, but who graduated from a certain university. Okay, whatever you do, it will reflect to them, guys. Okay? Now, that pretty much wraps it up for me. And by the way, guys, if you have plans on applying in VXI, you can go to www.jobs180.com/VXI, or these are the sites available. In Davao, guys, we have five. We have Delta, Centrale, Robinsons, Finn, and SM Ecolin. In Manila, kung may time kayong pumunta ng Manila, guys, kung magbabakasyon kayo doon, may mga kamag-anak kayo doon na may parente dito nga pwede nyo laagan, ya samtang namon dito natingga mo kayo may pamiliti pang-apply sa trabaho para makapalit mo og plane ticket pa uli. And these are the sites available. QC, 2 branches tayo, guys, sa QC. Next one is Makati, Bridgetown, and MOA. All right. So that pretty much wraps it up for me. And please go easy on me, guys. If you have questions, go for it.
Thank you for that, Sir Rowie. We now open the floor to questions. Kung may mga questions po kayo, comment it down na po. I will go first na po with the question, sir.
Sure pa.
For my first question po, what can you advise a first-time job seeker if she or he is afraid na baka hindi siya makasagot ng maayos sa mga tanong sa interview, especially if the applicant is not that fluent in English po?
Okay. Guys, it depends on the job that you're applying for. If you are applying for a language-based company, then you would have at least good to have average to good comm skills. All right. Again, sa interview, guys, hindi naman importante yung language skill. Talaga. Hindi siya super, right? Hindi siya yung main judgment kung saan binibase yung passing or failing ng interview. Guys, as I said a while ago, whether you think you can or you think you can't, okay, you are right. So my tip sa inyo, guys, let's just say may interview ka or you're planning to have an interview next week. So ang gagawin mo this week is mag-prepare ka. Huwag kang mag-ML, huwag kang mag-TikTok, for God's sake. Kasi walang may tutulong sa interview yan. Alright? As I said, look in front of the mirror, huwag kang puro tawa, ha. Look in front of the mirror, record yourself while answering, pakinggan mo kung nag-i-improve ka ba. Para mas bumilis yung pagsasalita mo, tongue twister. Alright? Record yourself doing tongue twisters 3 times a day. For example, Peter Piper, morning, afternoon, and evening bago ka matulog. And then, compare the 3 recordings. Bumilis ba yung speech rate ko? Or hindi? Kung hindi pa, practice mo pa. Everyday, iba-iba yung tongue twister. Guys, baka mamaya puro ka Peter Piper na memorize mo na yan. Iba-ibang tongue twister. And then, after you do tongue twisters, guys, mag-practice ka ng interview questions. Basic, tell me something about yourself. Why should not we hire you, or why should we hire you?
For the next question po, sir, what usually happens if an applicant did not show up in a scheduled interview?
Of course, guys, it gives them the bad impression, right? Naghintay sa'yo yung interviewer na dumating ka kasi nga they were anticipating your arrival. For example, ako, may interviewin ako. For example, let's just say si Rowie yung interviewin ko by 1 o'clock. Tapos hindi siya dumating. Of course, may brand ka na sa akin. Ito si Rowie, pag nag-apply sa akin to next time, may bad impression na siya sa akin. Kasi nga, hindi siya sumimpot prior to on the day of the interview. All right. So again, it shows your commitment and your interest, guys, in application. Okay? So make sure na if you have an appointment, huwag niyong sayangin yung oras ng interviewer. Pumunta kayo, magpakita kayo. Okay? Hindi ka naman kakatayo ng interviewer.
So for my last question po, is it okay if an applicant brings pen and paper to take notes po during the interview?
Of course, guys. Hindi naman yun kaso. Hindi naman yan krimen na, oy, may dala kang papel, oh, kukumpiskahin ko yan, bawal yan. No. Pero make sure na pag nasa interview ka na, kausap mo na yung interviewer, kung may papel ka man, flip it down. Balik na rin mo. Para sabihin niya, scripted naman yung mga answers nito. Guys, my tip, if magtitingin kayo ng videos on YouTube, make sure na you write it down, i-paraphrase nyo. Huwag nyong i-copy-paste, guys. Kaya believe it or not, alam namin kung copy-pasted yan or hindi. Alright? My tip, basahin, unawain, and then replace it with your own words. Paraphrase, you have your answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much po for answering my questions. Now, let me present the certificate of recognition po. Let me properly read the citation. Davao de Oro State College, Student Affairs and Services Division. This certificate of recognition is given to Mr. Roy Cerillana in a grateful acknowledgement for his invaluable contribution as the resource speaker during the Day 1 Career Webinar Series entitled Get Hype, Get Hired, Jumpstarting Career Through Employment Awareness and Preparedness for Graduating Students on May 15, 2023 via Zoom teleconference, thereby contributing immeasurably to the success of the event. Given this 15th day of May 2023 at Davao de Oro State College, Compostela, Davao de Oro, signed by the Vice President of the Academic Affairs, Gloria Jean C. Altamera, PhD, and the College President, Christy Jean Ganyera, EDD, CESE. Thank you so much, Sir Rowie. Thank you for sharing your wisdom to the audience here today. We look forward to your future talks here in Jobs 180.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Thank you po. Now, moving on to our third speaker. She has 19 years of experience in HR, from HR business partnering, recruitment to employee engagement, organizational development, and training. She also led regions in Asia Pacific, Australia, and Middle East. She worked with various multinational industries such as IT, BPO, and food manufacturing and consumer goods companies. She is Ms. Christine Declaro, the Talent Acquisition Lead for University Partnerships DXC from DXC Technology. Christine?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Po, Ms. Dean. Can
Okay,
you
let me
please
share my
proceed?
screen.
Ayan.
Ayan, okay. Sige.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Tin Declaro. So, today I'm going to talk about how to develop strong work ethics. Okay. Okay. So, let's define first what is work ethic. Work ethic is a personal set of standards for acceptable behaviors in the workplace. This is usually defined by by the company as what you can do or what you can't do. And sometimes it's written black and white, but sometimes you will be able to just observe it within the organization. So it directly influences how someone approaches their daily tasks as they are driven by passion and enjoyment that they have for work. Employees with a strong work ethic are often seen as competitive due to their drive to complete their work goals. Okay. First, before we talk about how to develop, let's talk about what are the characteristics first that show good work ethics. Number one, someone who has good work ethics has reliability and dependability. They meet deadlines on time, they act appropriately whether in virtual or in-person meetings, and they navigate in different communication styles. So you need to regularly deliver on these behaviors. Okay. Next is productivity. You need to consistently navigate your priorities and find smart ways to use your time. You also can complete important tasks and deliver high quality results if you are productive. Number three, ownership and autonomy. You need to exercise initiative and show that you can take direction from others, learn and improve. And last but not the least, someone who has good work ethics can collaborate and show team support. So, for this, you need to have the foresight to look beyond your individual role and establish positive working relationships with others. You also support the responsibilities of your team and act as a team player. Okay, so these are the characteristics. Again, first one is reliability and dependability. Next is productivity. Third is ownership and autonomy. And last is collaboration and team support. Okay, so now let's go on how to develop good work ethics. Okay, number one, you follow the lead of peers, mentors, and bosses. Okay. So when you're a new person at work, like what I had mentioned earlier, the best way to learn is to observe. Like what I said, sometimes it's written black and white in a company, but most of the time you can just observe your work environment. It's usually the non-verbal that will define how they work together. So pay attention to your coworkers and how they behave with the meetings to understand better their work etiquette as well as the communication styles of each person, because sometimes some may be introvert, so they prefer chats or emails, but some they usually like approaching their coworker, so it depends. Okay, number two, develop self-discipline. So in develop self-discipline, this involves understanding your self-control as well as how to maintain your energy. So think about what tasks are easy for you and what is that task that will require you more time to accomplish, and then think about the tasks that have greatest impact on your company. What tasks will help you reach your goal? What tasks are on a low priority? And then allocate your time based on the severity or maybe the risk of a specific task, or how easy it is for you to do that goal. And from there, you can develop your discipline with your work. Okay. This is related to the number two. So let's reprioritize each day and start it strong. So at the start of each day, you spend a few minutes identifying what are the things that you need to get done. So the trick to find balance between tasks that are urgent and must be finished, and tasks that are contributing to longer term, you can try some strategies like writing it down, using tick boxes, or if you are computer savvy, then maybe you can create an Excel file, or use maybe I use Teams, Microsoft Teams, in writing down what you need to do and helping you prioritize what you need to accomplish at the start of the day. So yun, by allocating your time, it helps you meet important deadlines. Okay. And number four, you have to think like an owner. So usually the owner is very concerned on how to manage their business. So the essential part of building good work ethic is adopting it like you own it. Okay. You can do this by being proactive in small but powerful ways. Okay. The owner usually can see everything because uh every small detail, big or small, it contributes to the operations of the business. And by thinking like an owner, it helps you gain foresight on for prioritization, for your time management, for developing or starting your day. Yun. So you have to think like it's your own business. And number five, last but not the least, hold the team's interests higher than your own. Okay? So while you also have to prioritize your tasks, always remember that no man is an island. You always have to collaborate with someone else, whether it's another individual or a team. And and contributing together will help you achieve your goals. Okay, not just their goals, but also your goals or the goals of your team. So develop that positive attitude, develop a reputation for reliability. And when you hold the team's interests higher than your own, you show the team and the company that you care about the big picture and that you are a team player. Okay. So let's park the questions, the Q&A later. So I'll give that's it for my topic. Now let me walk you through what DXC Philippines is about. Maybe some of you have heard about us already, or maybe some of you have heard about us for the first time. Okay, so DXC Philippines has been in the country for 19 years. We are actually a result of the merger of Hewlett Packard. I'm sure you've heard about the laptops and printers, HP, and then we merged with Computer Sciences Corporation about 6 years ago. So as a result of that merger, we are now called DXC. Okay, so we're DXC Philippines. Philippines is actually the second largest delivery center of DXC. First is India. When we say delivery center, so most of the people or support teams that are servicing our clients globally are in the delivery center. So India being the biggest, well, they have a lot of people then as well. Then second is Philippines. So we're second globally. We are operating 24 by 7 because our clients are also global. So, like, let's say, for Asia, we're working 8 to 5. Some clients are working at, at our night time because they're in, let's say, America, or for those who are in Europe. So, our employees are working on a mid shift. So, we're operating in the Philippines 24 by 7. We're focused on delivery excellence. And last 2021, we won the Asia's Best Employer brand. Okay. Majority of the positions that we have are in SAP. But apart from that, we also have modern workplace. We also have infrastructure, technology operations, applications, security or cybersecurity, and we also have progressive innovation. So we are ISO certified, CMMI certified, BSI, and TSATs. So where are we right now? When we started in Metro Manila. So we have two sites in Metro Manila. We have in Quezon City, and then we have another one in Taguig. I'm actually based in Taguig. And then we have our third site, which is in Davao City in ACC IT building. So you have three sites right now. The newest is actually Davao. So we already have 150 to 200 employees already in Davao at the moment. And we're continuously hiring. But 98% of the positions are actually virtually working from home. So, for example, me, I virtually work from home, although I go to the office once in a while for some client meetings. But if the teams are not really required to be in the office, they work from home 100%. As some employees are now really located across the country, like some are in Cebu, some are in Baguio. Even if these are the sites that we have, because our model is virtual first. So we can work anywhere. Okay. So if you're interested to join DXC, our sites are here. You can apply via jobs180. That's jobs180.com/careers at DXC. Or you can browse our openings via our website. That's www.dxc.com/careers. Okay. And I guess that's it for my presentation. So maybe we can start with the Q&A if you have questions for me.
Thank you for that presentation, ma'am. Now, we open the floor for questions. Sa mga may gusto pong itanong, you can ask them now. But to give them time to think about their questions po, I will be I will ask the offline questions na po, ma'am.
Sige.
First po, how do you describe an employee who has strong work ethics?
As an employee who has strong work ethics is very persistent, and very productive in finishing their work, and at the same time, they are highly driven and very dependable. So if you need someone, usually they become the favorites because if you need something, they can get work done. So yun. So there.
Next po, how can an applicant improve his or her work ethics po, especially po yung mga newly hired po, yung mga fresh graduates po na first time po magtrabaho?
Okay. So to improve, or if it's the first time to work, diba, it's not just improve, but rather looking at how to develop it. So like what we had said, first you can start with um looking around and observing the organization. How do they deliver? What's their communication style? And then from there, you develop your own discipline. Identify what do you need. Find strategies to prioritize. How do you prioritize your tasks? How do you manage your time? And then you think like an owner, because as like what I said, an owner can see the small or the big details, and eventually that will contribute to the success of the organization. And also don't forget to become a team player, because who the task that you might not be able to do can be helped on or can be done by your teammates. So it's very important that you collaborate together. Yeah. So those are the very important ones that they need to remember.
For my last question po, in DXC po ma'am, are there any training or seminars conducted po to improve or develop work ethics?
Um, yes, we actually have what we call webinars, or we have actually what we call DX University. So in DX University, it's a library of all the trainings or whether it's technical skills, because we're an IT company and a BPO company as well. Whether it's technical skills or soft skills, communication, work ethics, time management, everything can be found in our library of trainings. So to answer your question, yes, we have all those types of trainings available for, especially for fresh grads.
So, thank you so much po for answering my questions. Now, let me present the certificate of recognition po from Davao de Oro State College. Thank you so much po, ma'am, for sharing your wisdom to the audience today. We look forward for your future talks here on jobs180.com. Thank you so much po.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Now, for our last speaker, Miss Roan is a licensed professional teacher with TESOL and TEFL certificate. She started her career as a corporate trainer with experience in staff development, leadership training, communication, and curriculum development way back 2017. With a strong background in delivery and training, she joined the VXI family and started her journey as a training specialist last 2021. She is Ms. Roan Dizon Berog, the Talent Acquisition Specialist and Language Trainer of VXI. Hi, Ms. Roan. Good afternoon po.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me again, guys. So, I'm going to proceed and talk about PPO 101, the basic information that you need to know about it, and of course, the job opportunities available for the Filipino people. Now, let's go. So, first off, I just want to say that I'm really happy to be here and to share this knowledge with you guys. Let's start with BPO. So, what is BPO? Actually, this is very famous nowadays. A lot of people will be using the term BPO. It actually means business process outsourcing. It is a business practice in which one organization hires another company to perform a process task that the hiring organization requires for its own business to operate successfully. So, technically, we're just going to be giving away some of the tasks to a certain company, and that certain company will take care of it. So that is BPO. We are outsourcing it. All right. So let's take a look at this. These are the common BPO programs. All right. Just so you guys know, BPO is not just answering calls. All right, and helping customers. Okay, because the most common one is the customer service. All right. A lot of people know and sometimes they get to be confused. What's the difference between BPO and customer service? So customer service, it's merely answering customers' concern. All right, but BPO is not just that. There are other programs, including tech support. Okay, tech support, it means to say you're gonna help your customer with the troubleshooting, money transfer. It has got something to do with banking online, online retail, insurance processing, sales support, like for example, online shopping. It's very rampant nowadays. You will know more about it later on. Next one is the help desk, okay, and financial support. So please don't be confused. BPO is not just one program, which is customer service. It's not. There are other common BPO programs, which you can see here on my screen. All right, so there you go. Um, the next one is whenever you're doing or whenever you're involved in the BPO industry, you will need to be familiar with two different kinds of calls. The first one is the inbound call. Now, when you say inbound call, it means to say that the customer is the one initiating the call. They're the one calling you. So there are tendencies wherein they're calling you because they need help with the troubleshooting, or they need help because they ordered something online and they received a wrong item, let's just say, and they need help. All right, so that's going to be an inbound call. The next one is the outbound call. Now, outbound call is different because this time around, it's the agent, which is you, if you're going to be part of the BPO industry, you're going to be the one to call the customers. Okay? Let's just say in behalf of your client or in behalf of your company. So, when do you do this? You do this if, let's just say, if you're asking around, you're doing cold calling because you want them to purchase your product or your service. Okay, so that's going to be an outbound call. Okay, so always remember inbound call, they're the one calling you, outbound call, you're the one who's going to initiate a call. Right, there you go. So those are the types of calls. Next one, um, the environment of a call center. Now, a lot of people will say that call center is just about answering calls. It's just about working the graveyard shift. Actually, it's not just that. All right, we're gonna talk more about the environment. And what does it look like? What does it feel like working for the call center? Call center offices are exclusively handle inbound and outbound customer service phone calls. Okay, so a lot of people will think um, that is the reason why we are called the call center, because it's either you call them or they call you. All right. So in customer service, call centers often handle the primary communication between the company and its customers. All right. And these are some of the things that will help you understand the environment. Okay. Working at a call center can provide many benefits. Okay. First one is, of course, it teach you transferable skills. All right, you will not just work for the call center industry. You're gonna be learning a lot of things from this industry as well. All right, you can develop your com skills. Developing your com skill is one important thing. You know why? Because nowadays it's difficult to do negotiating, closing deals, building relationship with your clients if you don't have the necessary communication skills. All right, so that's one thing that you can probably say um, a big advantage or a huge benefit if you're going to work for the PPO industry. You will definitely develop your communication skills. Um, One of the reasons as to why you're going to develop your communication skills when you're going to be part of the BPO industry is because, first off, you're going to be talking to international clients and customers. And there's no doubt about it, you can practice your English skills. Right? Not every day you get to practice with someone, given that most Filipinos in let's just say in a common office or corporate setup, they don't usually use the English language. But for BPO industry, this industry, it is really a must for you to learn how to communicate using the English language. Next one, you also give a certain degree of flexibility. Now, a lot of you guys will say, especially during the interview, that yes, I am flexible. But what do you mean by flexibility? hmm Actually, being flexible, it means to say you can adapt to different environment. You can change. You can be uh, acceptable to change. You can adapt really quick. Those are some of the things that you will definitely need if you're going to be part of this industry. And of course, you will develop that skill because it's a skill. All right. Next one, offer great compensation packages. All right. Later on, I'm going to talk more about it. But yes, I can definitely agree that this industry will definitely give you a good compensation package. All right, now let's work on what it's like working at a call center. That this time we're not going to be talking about the benefits and the advantages. hmm We're going to be dealing with some of the challenges. Okay, so some of the challenges that you're going to encounter in this industry, it's quite unique because first off, I just want to start by saying you need to deal with unusual hours of work. Okay, uh, this is not something that you might not know about because it's pretty common. They're going to ask you if you can work during the nighttime. Yes, because they're going to give you a night shift. Because most of our clients, given that we're outsourcing, the task or the project is being outsourced to us, we're going to deal with clients in the US or sometimes in Canada or some other countries that will require us to work or that will require us to have unusual hours. All right. So just like what I mentioned about flexibility earlier, you definitely um, going to be stretched a little bit, and you will definitely be learning how to be flexible about your unusual hours. Okay, but don't worry about it. Just like what I mentioned earlier, given the compensation packages, you will be well compensated whenever you do the unusual hours of shift. Okay, next one, sedentary position, sedentary lifestyle. Okay, now sedentary positions or sedentary lifestyle, it means to say you're going to be sitting uh, most of the time. You won't be required to move around and do some physical activities for this kind of job. All right. So actually, not only in the BPO industry, a lot of corporate jobs will definitely need to adapt to this sedentary lifestyle. So yeah, it's one of the disadvantages, but I think you can do something about it. Me personally, I'm also struggling with that, and I am trying to improve myself when it comes to being physically active, especially during my days off. If I can, let's just say, walk around a little bit longer, going to the office and going home, that will definitely benefit you and your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle as well. um, Eating something healthy, because the unusual hours of work and the sedentary lifestyle will definitely is definitely not a good combination. All right, so yeah, just be aware of some of the things that you can do to help you with that. Next one, it can be stressful, and yes, I will agree with this. It's definitely really stressful. But the good thing about it is that you do have a lot of people around you who can definitely help you with that stress management. Okay, and you yourself also needs to know how to manage your own stress. I think it's just choosing what kind of stress you can tolerate. All right. Me personally, before I entered this industry, I know to myself that the more stressful the environment is, the more that I will grow, and I just need to do something about it and overcome it. And later on in the future, when I learn a lot of things and I get to hone my skills, it will no longer be as stressful as the first time. Right? Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. Again, the advantages of working for a call center. Number one, teach you transferable skills. Number two, develop communication skills. Give a certain degree of flexibility. You're going to learn how to be flexible. Offer a great compensation package. And then, once again, that is advantages of being in this industry. Number one, you will have unusual hours of work. Okay, graveyard shift. Sedentary position, sedentary lifestyle. And of course, it will definitely be a little bit more stressful than the regular job. Okay. And tips for working in a call center. Of course, we're not just going to talk about it. All right, we definitely need to apply it. Okay, number one, be human to your fellow humans. Okay, now, just like what I mentioned earlier, you're going to be answering different concerns of your customers. It may vary. It may be a technical concern or something about billing and stuff like that. So definitely, it's stressing. So for us not to pass along that stress, it's very important for us to be a human being. And of course, always try to be kind, all right? Because you don't know what that person is going through. Maybe that specific agent just finished his or her shift and she's dealing with a lot of stress. So it's definitely something that we want to be aware of. We definitely need to be nice and kind to everyone. All right, not just to your customers, but to your fellow colleagues as well. Okay, number two, personalize the customer experience. Now, you know what? A lot of newbies will be scared of the irate customers. Now, I can say that it doesn't happen all the time. Yes, it's very popular that to let's just say to get a call from an irate customer or an annoyed customer or pissed off customer, but it's let's just say it's it doesn't it's not all the time. It happens, but not all the time. Okay, so whenever you're personalizing the customer experience, you're just enjoying talking to them. You're just trying to help them out. It feels good to be able to help, right? For me, when I was a newbie, every time I get a call, I just try my best to build rapport and of course to empathize with them and just enjoy the call. All right, get to know them, and after that, it will bounce back to you. They're gonna give you a good survey score. All right. Number three, actively listen to the conversation and take notes. All right. Now, a lot of newbies, their mistake most of the time is that they are not listening. All right. Or maybe they're listening, they're hearing things, but they're not doing the active listening. When I say active listening, you will not just listen to their concern, you will also pinpoint what is the root cause of that concern. How else can you help? You definitely need to listen carefully so the customer doesn't have to tell you everything that they want to happen. You can initiate or you can suggest some things after you're done giving them the resolution. Okay, this way they will be happy and they're going to give you a good survey score. Okay, next one, take mental and physical breaks. Now, when I say mental breaks, all right, you're going to sleep. Um, make sure that you're going to get enough sleep. Mental break also means that you're going to uh, we call it the social media detox. If you're aware of that, you're not going to be minding someone else's business. Do yourself a favor and detox from the social media right after your shift because it's going to just add up to your stress level. All right. Physical breaks also includes you sleeping, resting, taking your vacation leave, spending your time with your family. This will definitely help you. All right. Next is brush up on your FAQs. Now, here's the thing. Just like what I mentioned earlier, you have to be flexible. Not only flexible, you also need to be resourceful. When I say brush up on your FAQs, it means to say that you get a lot of calls from time to time. Those calls are just the same concern all the time, right? So just be prepared and prepare your script, and this will definitely make your life easier here in the call center. All right. So if you're just getting the same concern over and over again, why not prepare a script or prepare a response? So it's going to be easy for you to communicate with them. Okay. Number six is get and stay organized. Now, staying organized is one thing that you need to have if you're going to be working in a call center, because you need to take down notes. You need to make sure that if ever that this customer is going to call again, it is properly documented. Okay, you have to take down notes, make it specific. If ever that you're keeping your notes in a separate file, make sure that it's organized. Okay, we don't want our customers to be pissed off because we didn't take down notes and we did not document his or previous concern. So that's going to be a difficult job for the next agent. We also need um, to think about who's going to handle this specific customer the next time, right? And number seven, don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, guys, given that you're newbies, it is expected of you not to know a lot of things, right? So it's okay for you to ask. If you're shy or if you're not confident enough, or let's just say sometimes a lot of people will say, oh, I'm introverted. Okay, don't let that excuse um, stop you from asking questions and asking for help. All right, that is the reason why here in the call center industry, you will be introduced to different coaches, trainers, or mentors. Their job is to help you. All right, so don't keep them from doing their job. Try to ask for help. Okay. All right, and of course, number eight, keep the day light and fun. All right, now, um, you know for sure that you will have unusual hours of work. Now, that doesn't mean that if ever that you're gonna be done with your shift, all you have to do is just sleep. Right? Okay, set a time for sleeping and set a time for you to spend some hours to enjoy as well. Okay. All right, now that is some of the tips that I have for you for working at a call center. Now, uh, not not just the BPO industry, I would love to introduce to you as well the most popular online jobs for Filipinos. Okay, a lot of you guys are thinking that, hey, yes, why can't I pursue an online job, right? It's very popular nowadays, and a lot of people are giving good feedback about having an online job. Okay, so number one, virtual assistant. Okay, so I think you've been seeing this from TikTok. It's very popular on TikTok. You're going to be doing outsourced job as well. English tutor. There are a lot of ESL industries out there. Ebook writing, if you're into writing, customer service, yes, that's part of the common programs that we do have here in VXI. Next one, market research, web design, data entry, transcription has got something to do with you listening and writing it down. Digital marketing and content writing. Okay, so you're not just going to be limiting yourself into just doing customer service, just like what I mentioned earlier. There are different programs available for you. Okay, all right. So why is the Philippines an excellent location to find remote assistance? You might be thinking, why is it that a lot of foreign clients are going here in the Philippines and giving the task or outsourcing the task to us? Number one of the reasons to why is because Filipinos are fluent English speakers. Okay, so a lot of Filipinos knows how to use the English language. If you're a newbie, if you're fresh grad, and you're not very confident with your English skills yet, now I think this is your time to realize that it's definitely important and you have to develop that English communication skill. Number two, Filipinos have a high literacy rate. Okay, many Filipinos graduated college, or let's just say finished senior high school. And of course, that is also the reason why many foreign investors are outsourcing here in the Philippines. Number three, Filipinos are diligent. We know this for sure. Yesterday we celebrated the Mother's Day, and you know for sure how hardworking all the Filipino moms are. Okay, especially and of course including your mom. Not only that, most of the Filipinos are really hardworking and diligent, and they want to give their clients the best. Okay, so that is also an excellent reason as to why Philippines are, let's just say, one of the top countries who receive outsourcing jobs. Number four, Filipinos are culturally adaptable. So this is something I mentioned to you earlier. We are very flexible. It's easy for us to adopt, and it's easy for us to learn a different culture and of course navigate through that culture. That's why. All right, so a lot of people around the world, they love Filipinos, so take advantage of that. Okay, all right. And given that I talked to you about BPO industry, I would love to introduce our company, the VXI, and these are some of the reasons as to why I'm promoting VXI. Right? Of course, we already know that VXI is simply amazing, but here are the answers we gathered from VXI employees. Right? Of course, we don't just want to put it here on our PowerPoint. We would love to make it accurate as possible. What are their feedback? What are they saying about our company? And what can we offer? Okay, so number one, of course, we are very proud to say that we do have awesome people. All right, just like what I mentioned to you earlier, don't be afraid to ask for help. All right, here in VXI, we do have a lot of people whose job or whose main job is to help you guys. All right, so don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay, so of course we also want you guys, given that this job is really going to be a little bit stressful, we want to make sure that you will not have additional stress when it comes to your environment. That's why we are giving you the pleasant work environment. Okay, and of course we know for sure that this is sedentary lifestyle will sedentary position. You will be most likely be sitting for more than 8 hours, for the whole 8 hours. So we offer you guys something, which is the HMO. Right, we care for your health, and of course this is something I've mentioned to you guys about as well. Competitive salary. You're going to be getting more incentives, given that you work the unusual hours. And of course, the life insurance, not only for you, but also for your family. Mhm. And our incentive based program, depending on your performance, to make sure that you guys are still motivated to work. This is something that you guys can look forward to because you're going to be evaluated and you're going to get incentive depending on your performance. And of course, just like what I mentioned earlier, the unusual hours of work, you're going to get night differential pay, even if you're still starting. You're going to get 10% while you're on training, and once you're done with the training, you're going to get 20%. Okay, I think this is awesome. And of course, we still want you guys to be engaged. All right, we want you guys to meet friends here, to be able to build relationship with your leaders, not only your leaders but also your coworkers, your colleague. Okay, and yes, we're also giving helping you out with your career. So we're offering agent career progression. We do have our mentors and our trainers to help you out with that. And of course, not just the agents, we would love you to be leaders someday. That's why we do have the leadership trainings and the seminars. And of course, the open door policy, because we want you guys to really feel that you are here, welcomed, and of course, for you guys to know the policies that we do have. You can just simply knock and ask them out. ask them what are the questions that you do have. Next one, the refer a friend program. Of course, it's important to uh, for us if you will be referring your friends. Okay, it feels better if you do have friends here in the company, and it's good to have them working with you, right? So just refer your friend, and you're going to get something out of it. Next one is our advocate for having an earthly friendly environment. Okay, so we do have earth friendly campaigns. All right, so I think that's it for me. If you are interested to apply, try to visit our website at www.jobs180.com/vxi. You can visit our offices. We do have office here in Makati and Panorama in Quezon City, Bridgetown, in Pasay, MOA, and of course we do have sites in Davao. Right? Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thank you for that presentation, Ms. Roan. We now open the floor to questions po. While we're waiting for the questions from the audience, I will go first po. First, my question is, what is the usual recruitment process of VXI for fresh graduates po?
Yeah, hi. So, for our recruitment process, they can simply submit their application through the link www.jobs180/vxi, and they're going to receive a call from our talent acquisition team. They're gonna do the initial interview, and then after they're done with the initial interview, we're going to ask them to take a language exam, a language assessment, and then after that, they're gonna do the final interview or the operations validation interview. Right? This is just how simple it is. Thank you.
For my next question, ma'am, will I still be qualified if I don't have any experience po sa BPO?
Yes, we do accept applicants with no BPO experience. Actually, we do have a lot of other accounts that let's just say that accepts applicant that doesn't have any BPO experience, and rest assured that there will be trainings available for them, so they don't need to be afraid about not having the experience.
For my last question po, do I need to have a college diploma when applying to a BPO company or VXI po?
Actually, you don't need to finish your degree. You don't need to have a bachelor's degree if you're going to apply. We're just looking, let's just say senior high school graduate is fine. So once you're done with your senior high school, you can now have this chance to apply with VXI.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for answering my questions. Let me also present the certificate of recognition from Davao de Oro State College. And thank you so much po for sharing your wisdom to the audience here today. We look forward to your future talks here on jobs180.com. Thank you po.
Thank you so much.
And now, thank you to everyone who joined the event today. We hope you had as much as fun as we did. To officially close this session, may we call on Miss Stella Marie S. Balili, RPM, to deliver the closing remarks.
All right. First, my respect to our college president, Dr. Christy Jean V. Ganiera Sese, to our vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Glory Jean C. Altamera, to our ever supportive student affairs and services division director, Ma'am Judith R. Tudi, to our student welfare section head, Sir Arvin John Abadiez, RGC, to my fellow career and job placement unit heads from the Maragusan branch, Ma'am Lay Roda Urbano, from Monte Vista branch, Ma'am Lady Roxanne Valleser, and from the New Bataan branch, Miss Stephanie Marie G. de los Reyes, RPM, to the faculty, staff, and graduating students present here in the Zoom and Facebook Live, and to our guests from Jobs 180. Good afternoon po everyone. So as we wrap this event, I would like to thank our resource speakers for sharing their invaluable insights, expertise, and knowledge in the different topics that was discussed earlier. I would also like to extend my sincerest gratitude to the Jobs 180 for hosting this afternoon's webinar and for supporting Davao de Oro State College. I would also like to thank our graduating students who attended today's webinar and to the program heads from the Teacher Education Department, Agriculture Department, Entrepreneurship Department, and Criminology Department across all campuses for supporting and allowing their students to join this webinar despite their very busy schedule. Since, as we all know, that these graduating students have many duties and responsibilities to finish their review for mock board, their business plan implementation, their internship, their thesis, and yet they are still virtually present today. I hope that as we leave this virtual room, we carry the knowledge we learn with joy and the heart to share unto others as well. Once again, good afternoon po everyone and mabuhay.
Thank you so much po, Miss Stella. Please don't forget to evaluate, guys. If the forms did not work, kindly take a screenshot as proof of your attendance with the date and time today. If you have concerns, please reach out to the DDOSC Guidance Office. Recordings of the webinar will be posted in the Jobs 180 Facebook and YouTube channel. For further information, please make sure to follow your school's Facebook page for webinars and other announcements regarding career and placement services. Please watch out for the next set of webinars hosted by jobs180.com this week. Please check their Facebook page, facebook.com/jobs180 for the topics that will be discussed, and you are welcome to join in on those sessions too. So with that, our session ends today. Thank you so much. See you and have a great afternoon. Stay safe, everyone.